Hello everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to backtest what we discussed in this video, which is the GxT model basics or beginner's guide. So if you haven't watched this video yet, I highly recommend you go watch it before you come back to this backtesting session. And before we go right into the chart, let's take a look at the framework we're going to be using. We know that the GxT model, like every other model, we're going to need bias, we're going to need narrative. We will confirm the narrative before you can get to our entry. Now, when you're dealing with the GxT model, and if you have a bias on the daily time frame, you're going to profile that on the 4-hour time frame. That is going to require the 4-hour candle to open trade into a key level, present a fractal model being confirmed by an SMT that will confirm the low of day or high of day. Once you have that, then you can trade candle 3 in the opposite direction, which will be expansion. Now, to trade this candle 3, you're going to require it to open trade into a key level within the previous candle, which will be the same thing. You're required to open trade into a key level, represent a fractal model, then you can trade the series of next candle, which will be expansion candles into a daily draw on liquidity. And once you get the fractal model on the hourly or 30-minute time frame, then you can drop on the 5-minute or 30-minute time frame to look for entry signatures. And that's basically it. And we're gonna also backtest the classic fractal model, that is just requiring the C2 on the higher time frame. Let's say you identify a fractal model on the higher time frame, might be the weekly time frame. Then you can drop down on the 4-hour time frame to look for reversal signature and get entry to target the draw on liquidity. And we know about time frame alignment, which we learned in the video. You know that if you identify the fractal model on the daily time frame, then you can execute on the 1-hour time frame. If you identify a fractal model on the weekly time frame, you can execute on the 4-hour time frame. So with that knowledge in mind, let's go on the chart and see how we can put this to work. Today we're gonna backtest the futures market. We're not gonna continue with this Forex section today. We will continue, but certainly not in this video. So I'm gonna create a new session. Shall I name it? Maybe YouTube. Maybe I can name it YouTube Futures. Yeah, I think I have something similar to that here. And Traderkeb. So we trade in futures, right? So I'm gonna look for NQ. I got the ES already. So we have NQ now and YM. That's the triad we're gonna be using. All those are the assets we're gonna be trading. So we choose a date. We might go with 2023 or 4. Maybe we go with the recent year, which is 2026, this current year, right? It will keep things as recent as possible. Maybe the month of can start from January 1st is on Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Maybe we can get on the we get on the 1st, and we can run it up to May 31st. I'm sure we're not gonna have all of this backtest today. We might need to continue it, so I don't want to create every single time. So we might just keep it like a series, futures and Forex. So go ahead and create it. So I'm just gonna apply the settings that I need and take off what I don't need. Like for example, this indicator, I don't need it. Put my chart color and tackle this countdown bar because I want to know how many seconds, minutes or hour left for the candle I'm expecting to close. And I'm gonna try to tackle this interval so all my assets are gonna be synchronized on all time frames, right? So take a look at the weekly time frame, look at what we are trading within or what we are reacting from. So what do we have here? We can see that we are in an overall uptrend, right? We're bullish. And looking at the recent PA or the recent price action, we can see that we recently engaged with this high. This high. This high. And you can see we have an SMT there, right? So we have an SMT with this high. You can see ES straight into that high, NQ failed to reach that high, and YM trade into the high. So we have an SMT between these three assets. So if this SMT is gonna hold, that means price can attack the opposite side of the range, which is gonna be this low or potentially reaching this low here. But this is a low hanging fruit, so I'm gonna target this for this current week or going into the next week. So this will be my draw on liquidity. This low here, if this SMT is gonna hold, because we engaged with this high and now we're currently reversing. So if we're reversing, then we're gonna trade into a key level, and this right here is a nearest key level. So we have it here, and as you can see, YM is relatively close to this low more than any other asset. So you can see that YM might trade into this low first before every other asset does. So we'll take a look at it on the daily time frame, which day we're trading within. And as you can see, we traded within a fractal model. Let me take a look. Let me show you something here. You can see that we engage with this high here from this SMT here, right? And what did we form after that? A C2 closure, right? Which is a fractal model. So we have this candle fail to display above the previous candle, closing back within this range. Once that happens, you anticipate the next candle to trade lower, and that is what we got. So we have candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, candle 4, candle 5. So right now we are gonna be trading candle 6, right? So we're anticipating candle 6 to expand lower into this draw on liquidity, but that's very likely on YM because it's relatively close to that low. So I think YM will get to this low first before any other asset. So we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna skip to New York. Where's New York? Here. And before we continue on, let me just highlight something real quick. When you're anticipating a bearish candle, how do you want it to form? You want it to open, trade into a key level, put this high, then before trading lower, right? And if you're anticipating a bullish candle, you want it to open, trade lower into a key level, put this low before expanding higher, right? So in this example, we are anticipating a bearish candle. So you can see it has opened high first, right? And we are trading candle 6 within the daily fractal model. And if you don't want to trade this fractal model, because we already expanded candle 2, candle 3, candle 4, if we were anticipating candle 3, then we can drop down on the 1 hour time frame to look for entry signature. But right now we have already expanded like 3 candles away from this initial reversal. So right now we're going to need to profile this candle to confirm this narrative, right? We're going to expand to this low because we're going to seek more from price, because we can literally consolidate at this point, and we do not want to get caught up in any consolidation. So we're going to look at the lower time frame, which will be the 4 hour time frame, where we can profile this daily candle and see how is it presenting, if we're going to really drop lower or we're going to kind of stall in here for a while. So take a look at the 4 hour candle, the 4 hour time frame, sorry. So we have our bias on the daily time frame, which is price trading lower. Right now we need to profile that on the 4 hour time frame. And what do we need? We need price to open, trade into a key level, present a fractal model, being confirmed by an SMT, then trade lower. So maybe I can put it like a checklist of what we're gonna require. We're gonna require buyers. We're gonna require buyers. We're gonna require a key level. We're gonna require a confirmation, a fractal model rally, fractal model. We're gonna require an SMT to confirm that fractal model, SMT or PSP. Then we can get our entry signature. Entry signature, right? So we're gonna need bias, key level, fractal model, SMT to confirm that, then our entry signature. So looking at the 4-hour time frame right now, what can you see? We have this key level here, right? And we're currently forming what? An SMT there. We're currently forming an SMT. And as you can see, we have this 4-hour candle, which is a 6 a.m. candle, showing signs to close as a reversal candle, which means it might close as a C2. And if that happens, then you can anticipate the 10 a.m. candle to expand lower. The only problem now is this 6 a.m. candle actually has a small wick, which means it might be a reversal at the same time expansion candle, which means it might just energetically trade to our drawn liquidity before time, since we have drivers within it, which is a 930 driver. And before we drop any lower, we need to check if we have any news on this day. Take a look at that. High impact news only. When is this day? We have Friday 2nd. There's no news on the 2nd, so we have just on the 5th, so we're good. I can drop down, lower. Now, what are you noticing? We are trading within a developing C2 on the 4-hour time frame, but on the 1-hour time frame, we're already trading candle 4 because we have already priced trade into this key level. Present what? A fractal model, right? You can see that. Then candle 3, candle 4. Now we can anticipate candle 5 to trade lower, but that is not what we want. We want to see this 4-hour candle close to confirm the high of day has formed. That is what we are demanding here. And let's see if we're gonna get that. Oh shit. We literally just took our draw on liquidity. No problem. So we're gonna go to the next day, because right now we actually traded to this low, but we couldn't get any trade, right? So go to the next day. So we'll take a look at how this daily candle close, and from there we can know what to anticipate the next candle to do, right? And now we're in the next week. Take this to the side. Now the weekly candle has closed, and as you can see, we mitigated this low. We traded into this low and form an SMT in it, right? So YM traded into this low, and we are currently reacting from it. This right now become a target because this SMT has fulfilled its purpose. So now we have a reaction from this swing. We engage it, and we have what? A fractal model. You can see that this candle closing but within the range of the previous candle. So we have in a weekly fractal model, and we can take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame if we want to execute on the 4-hour time frame. Right? What do we have? Do we have in the reversal signature? Yes, we do. As you can see, we have expansion met with expansion being confirmed by CSD. See this candle close above this down close candle? That's a CSD. So we can now anticipate price trading back into this fair value gap. If we get price retrace back into this fair value gap, then we can anticipate to take a trade high. Putting a stop loss here and maybe potentially targeting this high. So we are trading now what? We are trading a weekly fractal model. Or you can take a look at the daily time frame. Since you are dealing with the weekly time frame, you can take a look at the daily time frame, what we have there. And I think it's even much cleaner on the daily time frame because we have this swing low. We trade into the swing low and close as a C2. We can see this candle closed back within the range of the previous daily candle, which is a Wednesday candle. So we cannot anticipate Monday candle to expand higher, right? So we are trading within the daily fractal model. If you don't want to use this weekly fractal model, if you don't want to use this weekly fractal model, you can use this daily fractal model. And as you all know, if you identify the fractal model on a daily time frame, you can execute on the 1 hour time frame, right? So you can drop down on the 1 hour time frame. What are you looking for? The same thing for a reversal signature, right? We already know that we have a reversal signature because it's very clear on the 4 hour time frame. So you're gonna have the same thing here on the 1 hour time frame. So now we are in a new day, which is a Monday. You can see that. So where did we Monday candle open? It opened here, 1800. It opened at 1800, and they really trade into anything relevant, right? You know, we have this is a C2 candle that has closed, and we have now C3 opening. So either it trade into this fair value gap to put its low before expanding, because you know, if you're anticipating a bullish candle, how do you want it to form? You want it to open, trade into a key level, put its low, then expand, right? So do we have any key level here? Yeah, we have this fair value gap here, which we can be anticipating the low of day to form from, right? So it's either we trade into this fair value gap, or we have another key level here, which is this swing low. So it's either price trade into this fair value gap, putting the low of this Monday candle, or we mitigate this, we manipulate this swing low, put the low, then we expand. And that is what, and or we manipulate this low, putting the low, then we can expand. And let me take it, I can show you here what we're looking for. Is what we have here. We have the initial reversal, which is candle 2. Then we can anticipate candle 3 to open, trade into a key level, put its low here. Then once we close above the series or the down close candle that trade into the key level, once we CSD, which is inter candle CSD, right? Once we have that, then you can take a trade, anticipating it to trade to your draw on liquidity. So that is what we have here. So we now just anticipating price to either manipulate the swing low or you trade into this fair value gap close above the down close candle. Once we have that CSD, then we can take a trade to target this. Let's see if that's gonna work. Here we have now the 7. Okay, I think we have that now. You can see we have price trade into this swing low and CSD, this down close candle. We have the CSD here. Now you can take a trade. We can take a trade from here. And this right now is this is the 8 a.m. candle. The 8 a.m. candle. So we are trading the 9 a.m. which is the driver, right? It makes a lot of sense. So we can anticipate maybe this high here. Yeah, potentially. So I'm gonna take 1%, risk 1% here, maybe 2. If 1% can work for me. It's really not 2% because we are risking 500 out of a 50k account, so this is literally 1%. So let's see how that's gonna work. And just to make sure you understand what we're doing, we are just trading away from this swing low because we have price trade into the swing low, present a fractal model being confirmed by an SMT, right? Once we have that, then you can anticipate the next candle, which will be candle 3, to expand higher. So we are looking to trade candle 3 here. Since we are trading within the daily fractal model, we can execute on the 1 hour time frame. So we have this here on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if that's gonna work. Okay, that was amazing. So we had a 4-hour trade. That was a good one. And the daily candle hasn't closed yet. We are still trading within the 6 a.m. candle, and that doesn't matter to me now because we have already traded to our draw liquidity. So whatever price is doing from now, I don't want to take part in that, right? Because I've already achieved what I wanted, which is price trading into this high. So just gonna fast forward it to the next day and see what we get. We'll take a look at the other pair or assets. So we have candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. Now we are trading candle 4, right? The Tuesday candle is going to be candle 4, and we still have this draw on liquidity open on NQ and ES, but we already mitigated it on YM. So YM now momentarily is trying to become the stronger asset, which is good. So going into this Tuesday, I'm anticipating this Tuesday candle to trade higher into this high and potentially reaching this high. So that will be my target for the day. So now that we are trading candle 3, I'll want to use the GxT model, which is profiling, right? So if I'm going to trade this daily candle, I want it to open, trade into a key level, put in the daily candle low, then expand higher, and I profile it under 4-hour time frame. We profile on the 4-hour time frame. This is at 2 a.m., which is in London. I'm just gonna skip to New York 9. Let the New York candle form already. Let me see what we have here. We have this fair value gap here. And do we have an SMT there? There's literally no SMT there. We have a key level. We open, trade into the key level, yes, which is what we want to see. But the problem is we need an SMT to confirm the low of day. If we had an SMT like this, then I can be confident to anticipate this next candle to trade higher. But since we do not have any SMT here, I'm gonna let this candle close to see what it does. Maybe we can do something like this. Maybe trade lower, take this low before expanding. Let's see what's gonna happen. We just rip higher. Even though we are expanding away from this key level, the absence of SMT there is not gonna permit me to trade, to partake in it, right? I can't do anything here because I literally required an SMT to confirm my low or high of day. Since I don't have that, I'm just gonna skip this day. Go to the next day. And the next day, what am I looking for? We still have this draw on liquidity open, therefore my bias is still bullish, but now I'm no longer trading within the candle 4, I'm trading candle 5 now, right? Because we have candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, candle 4. Now we're trading candle 5, which is a Wednesday candle, and I'm still anticipating price to trade to this high and potentially this high here on NQ. So, but as you can see, ES is relatively close to this high, which means we might reach this high faster than NQ if they're all gonna reach this high. You'll see that ES will get to that high first, right? So we want to trade ES. And the same thing we looked for yesterday, we're just gonna profile this daily candle on the 4-hour time frame, which will be demanding the 4-hour candle to open, trade into a key level, present an SMT, then we can trade away from it. So we have the 1800 here, which is the daily candle opening, right? Opening level, right? We have that here. And we have it here. And we have this fair value gap. So we have opened and traded into this fair value gap here. Now, do we have any SMT? Yes, we have an SMT with this fair value gap, which is good. We have an SMT confirming the low of day. You can see that here. We have an SMT with this fair value in this fair value gap, and we have a C2 closure. So now we're trading C3, right? And if you want to execute this fractal model under, if you want to use this as a classic fractal model, you can execute it on the 15-minute time frame because it is a 4-hour fractal model, right? You can look at the 15-minute time frame. We have already a reversal here, right? We have a reversal here. We have expansion met with expansion being confirmed by CSD, so that's reversal signature. And if we found like if price hasn't expanded that much, we could enter here. Maybe if we get back to this fair value gap, then I can look to take a trade. And I'll take a look at the other asset too. What are we doing there? You can see it's much cleaner on these assets. If you want to trade from this level, right? If you want to trade from this level, this classic fractal model, if you want to trade this, we have expansion met with expansion, right? And we have a two-stage SMT here. So you can see that it took this low here, but on the asset we did not take that low, so we have like a strength switch there, which is good. So it'll make sense to trade this asset. So we trade in C3. Just here it's not really like a C2 closure if you look at it here on NQ, but it is it is a C2 closure. So we can take a trade on NQ into this high, right? We can trade the 4-hour fractal model into that high. So take a look at the 15-minute. This is what we have here. We have a reversal signature. We have SMT. We have a two-stage SMT. Weaker, switch strength to stronger. Then we can take a trade. So we have this CSD here. We retrace, retest this fair value gap, and we CSD this, and which is what we would like to see, right? So once we have this, then you can take a trade. So I'm just gonna do a market order there. See if I can have like 2 hour, I don't know. Yeah, I'll take it to that. Risking 2%. Makes sense. See if that's gonna work, I don't know. Oh, okay, so we had it right here. And both assets delivered, as you can see. So even on this asset, we retrace into this fair value gap, then expanded away as we did on this asset too. So both assets delivered into our drawn liquidity. So it literally make enough sense, right? So that is so we traded from a 4-hour fractal model. Our first trade was from a daily fractal model. Now the second trade is from a 4-hour fractal model, but just we have like a decoupled market now because YM, which presented the fractal model now, is kind of like decoupled. It's trading lower while NQ and ES is kind of expanding higher. But we've already hit our drawn liquidity. I don't want to do anything else after this. So I'm just gonna go to the next day. So go to New York. What do we have here? Looking at the daily time frame. It's a bit complicated right now because we have engaged with this high here, and this SMT right here still looking like it will hold, you know, because we get, once we trade it, we re-engage with this high, we got a reaction from it, and we kind of like reversing on all assets, on both assets. So, and we have a PSP too from that high. So this really looks like we're gonna have price kind of like retrace back within this range here, potentially into this low. I don't know. We'll see if that's the case. So this is what I'll be looking for. Something like this. We have a PSP with this high. You can see that. We trade this candle close as a bullish candle, and this close as a bearish candle, and this close as a bearish candle. And we also have like this SMT here. It's like a strength switch PSP, right? Because this asset is the weaker, but the PSP switch strength to become a stronger pair, stronger asset, right? So like a strength switch PSP. So right now can be anticipating price to trade a little lower, maybe potentially back into this this low. Let's see if that's gonna happen. Let's see the profile we have. Now this is what? This is a daily fractal model, right? So you can literally just trade it. We can trade this daily fractal model. What do we need? We can drop on the 1 hour time frame. Identify a reversal signature. YM is just ripping lower. That's crazy, right? You can identify that and get this fractal model here. And now we get expansion, maybe the expansion, right? It's confirmed by CSD. So now we just need this daily candle to put it high, then we can trade lower. The daily candle open where? Open here, 1800. Take a look at the 4 time frame. Do we have any SMT? We have an SMT here. Yeah, we have like an SMT there. You can see that here. Right? So we have like an SMT there, but I'm very much concerned with this. I want to see what this is gonna do. If we can CSD this candle, then I'll be taking a trade. Oh shit, we just ripping lower. That's crazy, right? But either ways, we're still good. Because right now we have for our C2, we have the 1800, expand lower, create a fair value gap. Now we have a reaction from that fair value gap being confirmed by an SMT. So we have an SMT, we have a C2 closure. So now we can anticipate candle 3 to trade lower, potentially into this swing low. Right? We can anticipate the trade to this swing low or maybe get to this low. So we can anticipate the 10 a.m. candle to trade lower. We get a 90-minute. and we have like a two-stage SMT. See that here. Right, and a PSB. NQ is literally the leading asset here. So we are trading within the 4-hour fractal model. We can check the 15-minute time frame. Do we have anything we can enter from? Maybe this, but I don't really trust this, to be honest. Maybe we can check this one. Or we can apply the GxT here. We can profile this 4-hour candle, which is the 10 a.m. candle. We can take a look at the 1-hour time frame. We are trading within the 1-hour fractal model. You can see that here. So if we're trading within the 1-hour fractal model, we can look at the 5-minute time frame for potential entry signatures. So if I'm going to enter on the 5-minute time frame, then I'm going to require price to close to this low, right? But now the only problem I have here right now is we can maybe just 10 a.m. can just rip lower, and that's what I don't want to get caught up in, you know, like I don't want to miss this opportunity. And we have a chance to take a trade from here, which is just trading the 4-hour fractal model. If we take that 4-hour fractal model here and put our stop loss there, then we can target this low. Are we gonna get a 2-hour? Yeah, we can get a 2-hour trade here. To be honest, I'm just gonna take it, man. I'll take it and see what we get. Raise 1%. Let's see how this one's gonna work out. Oh shit. Okay, that one's lost. So if we lose there, then I'm gonna see what the 1-hour time frame is gonna do, or potentially the 30-minute time frame. Remember, my draw on liquidity is still open, so we have now like we have this fair value gap here. I want to see maybe this kind of trade into that fair value gap, manipulate it, then before expanding lower. Let's see if that's going to happen. Okay, we're getting now an SMT here with that fair value gap, right? You can see that here. We're getting an SMT in that fair value gap, right? So you can take a look at 30-minute. The only thing is we're gonna have problem is we need to wait for this candle to close. But the GxT doesn't really require that. Let's see what we need. What do we have here? Do we have any CSD here? No CSD yet. I think we just gonna BS around right now, and I don't really want to stay around this shit. And we're like breaking this SMT right now, but we haven't like a 2-stage SMT, which still makes sense. Take a look at the 15-minute. The 10 a.m. candle just closed, and we have a confirmed two-stage SMT there, right? So in this row, liquidity is still open, so we can get there. And we have a 4-hour fractal model here. You can see we closed back within the range of this previous candle, and we have an SMT confirming that. So we can anticipate candle 3 to trade lower, right? Which is this kind of trading into this low. So we can literally just take the trade on the 15-minute time frame, or we can profile it on the 1-hour time frame. And what are we trading within on the 1-hour time frame? We are trading the candle 3, right? On the 1-hour time frame. That's what you get here. You have this candle close back within the previous candle's range, reacting from a fair value gap, right? So we have a reaction, which is a fractal model, being confirmed by an SMT in this fair value gap. And we can anticipate this candle 3 to trade lower. So we are trading candle 3 on the 4-hour time frame, candle 3 on the 1-hour time frame. So I think that's it. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. I think I can take a trade from here if we can retest this fair value gap. I'll take a trade. Don't know why this asset is not letting me reach 1%. So let's see how that's working out. So we get tagged in. And I didn't even mention, this is our initial reversal here, right? So this is our initial reversal. We had expansion met with expansion, so being confirmed by CSE. So this is our reversal. Now we retrace back into this fair value gap, created this high, this swing high. Once price manipulated that high and closed below this series of up close candle. That's the reason why I took this trade. So now I can already move my stop to break even. Now once we close below this series of up close candles, I can potentially move my stop loss to break even here, because I want to exercise the maximum caution here with this trade, but at the same time I don't want to get out too soon, and I don't want to leave the market go screw me up if I'm wrong, you know. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. It's not looking too good now. So we get stopped out, but at break even, right? Though we lose like half, not our full position. We didn't lose our full position, so just half. So This day is kind of a crazy day, to be honest. Okay, take another one. Now I'm gonna try to take a look at what the other assets are doing. So we're kind of wrong to anticipate price trading to this low, but we already mitigated that low here on YM. See that? So we're gonna skip to the next day. Here we are, next day. I'll go ahead and try to clean the chart. We have too many lines. I don't want it to be saturated. Looking at the daily time frame, what can we say? Looking at the daily time frame, I can see a reaction from this fair value gap. Present an SMT. Right. So I'll be targeting what? This high. Dropping down the 4-hour time frame to profile the daily candle. We'll look at daily open. We have it here, 1800. We have it here, 1800. And do we have any SMT? With a key level, we have this fair value gap here. Is there any SMT within it? Yeah, we do have an SMT, but not from a fair value gap. There's not SMT with this fair value gap here, but we have an SMT here. We have an SMT here in the fractal model. The only thing I don't like about it this day is we did not trade into this fair value gap. Let's take a look at it on the 1 hour time frame to see if there is any reason why price did not get to that fair value gap. There's literally no reason, to be honest. I don't see any here. So I'm gonna let this candle close, then or the 4-hour candle close. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the 4-hour candle close and see how we. Okay. Now, as you can see, we manipulated now this fair value gap. You see? Now we are having an SMT in this fair value gap here. There is an SMT now in this fair value gap. And this right here, and this right here can be our draw on liquidity, right? Target. this high. So we have price straight into this fair value gap, present what a fractal model, right? You can see we close back within the range of this previous candle, so we can anticipate candle 3 to trade higher, which is a 10 a.m. candle. So we're gonna profile that on the 1 hour time frame. You can see we have already 1 hour fractal model. See this closure. So we are trading candle 3 on the 1 hour time frame as well. Take a look at the 90-minute. Candle 3, 30-minute. Candle 3. So we're trading candle 3 across all time frames. So that is good to see. So we'll see how this is gonna work out. So we have another manipulation here. So take a look at this on the 5-minute. What can we see? We are seeing a reaction from here. Right, we got the SMT here. But now the only thing I don't like about it is this current 4-hour candle right now has a large wick, and that is not good for expansion. But nevertheless, we're gonna try it. So if this hourly fractal model is gonna hold, then we should trade to this high, potentially reaching to this high for that high, right? So and right now on the 5-minute, we just got this CSD. Oh goodness, now yeah, we literally trading the 10 a.m. 4 candle, right? So I'm gonna expand it. Put my stop loss here. And my target all the way. Let's see if that's gonna work. Goodness. I've got to reach 5% here to get this trade. You're crazy, man. I'm just gonna buy one contract. So let's see if that's gonna work. I'm gonna close a trade once either one of these assets hit this high. See if that's gonna happen. Okay, now this ES just hit that high, so I'm literally gonna close the trade. So I think we literally don't have anything to explain here, do we? On the daily time frame, we're trading candle 3. On the 4-hour time frame, we're trading candle 2, right? and under 1 hour time frame, we're trading the candle 3. So that is the GxT model, and I think that literally wraps it up for us here in